Warren Buffett's warning: brace for the real estate storm, a billionaire's perspective on the market's gathering tempest. Hello, and welcome back to No Money. Today we have a pressing topic to discuss, a storm that billionaire investor Warren Buffett has been warning about in the U.S. real estate market. This $1.4 trillion debt-fueled tsunami has already started making waves in the real estate market, but according to Buffett, the real consequences are yet to come. So, stick around as we unravel the details and implications of this impending crisis. So, what's going on in the U.S. real estate market that has Warren Buffett concerned? Let's delve deeper into his insights. As you may know, over the last 15 years, the U.S. real estate market has thrived, thanks in large part to incredibly low interest rates. Just take a look at this chart showing the U.S. federal funds effective rate, which is a proxy for interest rates in the economy. For the better part of the last 15 years, these interest rates have remained at near 0%, encouraging massive borrowing. Discussing low interest rates. Over the past 15 years, the real estate sector has been underpinned by historically low interest rates. A glance at the U.S. federal funds effective rate, often considered a proxy for broader interest rates, reveals that it remained near 0% for the better part of this period. These rock-bottom interest rates have been a game-changer for real estate investors, incentivizing them to leverage their investments with substantial debt. The result was soaring real estate prices, fueled by cheap borrowing. The scenario can be compared to an individual buying a residential property, typically a home, with a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. Debt service coverage ratio. The foundation of a successful real estate investment often rests on a crucial metric called the debt service coverage ratio, DSCR. In essence, DSCR gauges a property's ability to meet its debt obligations, including interest payments. Imagine the office building we discussed earlier, generating $60,000 annually while carrying an annual debt payment of $32,500. This yields a DSCR of 1.85, exceeding the general rule of thumb that banks look for a DSCR of over 1.2 at a 5% interest rate. At this stage, the property comfortably meets its debt commitments. But here's where the clouds gather. Impact of rising interest rates. In the commercial real estate realm, loans don't come with the stable, fixed-rate characteristics often found in residential mortgages. Instead, these loans have interest rate resets at regular intervals, usually every 3 to 5 years. When this reset occurs, the interest rate is adjusted based on current market conditions, which is where the trouble begins. Returning to our example of the $1 million office building, consider an interest rate increase from 5% to 7%. The annual debt payment climbs from $32,500 to $45,500. But if we push it further to 9%, the debt payment surges to $58,500, nearly matching the annual income of $60,000. This scenario, coupled with changing market dynamics such as the rise of remote work, could lead to severe financial distress for property owners. Warren Buffett's take. Warren Buffett's apprehensions arise from this precarious situation where the majority of real estate investors acquired properties without personal liability, typically through non-recourse loans. This trend has contributed to a fundamental issue. Many real estate investors purchased properties based on the income they could generate to service the debt. However, when interest rates begin to rise, the stark consequences become apparent. Many property owners find themselves in financial jeopardy, realizing that their once-thought secure investments have become significantly less profitable. This impending storm in the real estate market is a testament to the challenges posed by this intricate web of financial dynamics. Non-recourse loans. Now, let's dive deeper into the critical concept of non-recourse loans. These loans, commonly used in commercial real estate, offer property owners a unique advantage. If the property's value drops below the loan amount, owners can hand the keys back to the bank without facing personal liability. While this may seem like a safety net, it's also a key factor in the impending storm in the real estate market. As interest rates rise and property values fluctuate, owners of these non-recourse loans can find themselves in a difficult situation. They may be forced to walk away from properties they once believed were profitable investments. The prevalence of these loans has created a ripple effect that is shaking the foundations of the real estate market, Looming debt crisis. This looming storm is inextricably linked to the $1.4 trillion of these non-recourse loans that are set to mature within the next 2 years. This staggering amount of debt could potentially flood the market with distressed properties. The consequences could be dire for both property owners and the banks that hold these loans. As properties face foreclosure, the market could see a glut of distressed assets. The process of liquidating these properties can further depress property values. It's a vicious cycle that could reverberate throughout the real estate market, potentially affecting not just commercial properties, but the overall financial health of the nation. Real-life example: Starwood's default. To illustrate the real-world impact of these dynamics, consider the recent case of Starwood. It defaulted on a $212 million loan for an office building in Atlanta. This property was once considered prime real estate in a rapidly growing city. Yet, as market conditions changed, the property's occupancy rate plummeted from 90% to 60%. When the loan matured in 2018, the property's value had significantly decreased, prompting Starwood to take a remarkable step. They effectively handed the keys back to the lender. This case foreshadows a wave of similar events as the $1.4 trillion of loans come due, with banks left grappling with the aftermath. Impact on small banks. It's intriguing to note that the fallout from this storm isn't likely to be shouldered by large Wall Street banks. Small regional and community banks have played a surprisingly significant role in the commercial real estate market. It's estimated that these smaller banks are responsible for nearly 2/3 of all commercial real estate loans. Therefore, it's these smaller institutions that will bear the brunt of the impending storm in the real estate market. While most of these banks are well capitalized and can endure such losses, it will undoubtedly affect their lending practices and the broader economic landscape. Economic consequences. The economic consequences of this impending real estate storm could be profound. As small banks grapple with losses incurred from their commercial real estate loans, they may be compelled to pull back on lending. This pullback is particularly worrisome given that these small banks primarily support small and medium-sized businesses, the lifeblood of many local economies. When these businesses face challenges securing credit, their ability to expand, hire, and invest in their communities diminishes. The resulting reduction in growth and spending could potentially translate into long-term economic stagnation. Warren Buffett's warning about the impending storm in the real estate market is rooted in the unsustainable levels of debt, rising interest rates, and the prevalence of non-recourse loans. While this storm may not lead to a sudden crash, it could have long-lasting and far-reaching effects. If you found this video helpful, then make sure to subscribe to No Money, as we keep you updated on this unfolding situation. Understanding the challenges and consequences in the real estate market can make you a better investor. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.